Good morning, my dear students. Today in this session we will start with Learn Well English. Lesson number 3.2. Name of the lesson is The Barber Talks. What does the barber talks? Barbers usually talk a lot. They love to talk and talk non-stop while plying their razor and scissors. They go on relating their tales in which the customer has little interest. The poor customer has to keep listening for fear of the sharp razor which is all the time so near his neck. A busy newspaper reporter couldn't find time to have a shave for many days. Then one morning he happened to pass by a barber shop and stepped in. There he found the chairs full of customers and had a mind to slip away. But the barber fixed his eyes upon him and said, "You are the next, so don't go. Just now I will take your turn. Just you sit for few minutes." The reporter sank into a hard chair nailed to the wall. In a few moments, the customer in the chair got up and the reporter got that seat. "Haircut?" asked the barber. "Shave," said the reporter. He said, "No, I don't want to do haircut, I want to shave." The barber involved the reporter in a large cloth and with a careless hand spread a great brushful Swedish lather across his mouth. Then he began to talk. "Some people have their dead shaved before burying them. Once I was sent for to shave a dead man." Now see, the barber has started telling the story to the reporter that once I had gone to shave the dead man, means to the dead body. It was at 706 Pearl Street. Barbers don't much like a job of that kind, although they get $5 to $10 for this work. Means nobody is ready to go and shave to the dead body. So for that they keep the more charge, and they have been paid more to go and shave to the dead body because they have to go to the particular home. I started at about 9 at night and found the house quite easily. I had my razor, soap and mug in a little case which I use on such occasions. Means who is saying all this? Barber is talking to the reporter. He is saying the story. I knocked at the door and an old man opened the door. His eye fell on my case. "So you have come," he said. "Go upstairs. He is in the front room to your right. There's nobody with him. He hasn't any friends or relatives in this town. He rented the room only a week ago." Means what that owner is saying, that you have come here. He thought that he is a doctor with a case. So he said, that person is sleeping upstairs. You go up and check him. "About an hour," said the old man. "I was glad of that because corpses always shave better before they get completely cold." Means the blood should not be cold. Within 1 hour after the death, if the shaving is done, it is very easy to do. Afterwards, it is difficult. I went into the room and turned up the lamp. The man was laid out on the bed. He was warm yet and had about a week's growth of beard on. I got to work and in about half an hour gave him a nice clean shave. But such a nice shave, the man would have felt fresh if he had been alive. Now he thought that dead person is there and he is shaving to the dead person, but the house was different and the person was also different. I put in my things back into the case, went downstairs and saw the old man. He is fixed up. "All right," I said. "Who is to?" He was waiting for the payment, that who is going to pay. He asked to the old man. "He gave me $30 for a money order to be sent to his brother yesterday," said the old man. Old man said that "I have no money. He had given me to do the money order. That was 30. I shall pay your fee out of it." "How much?" He said, $5. I said. Barber said, $5. The old man handed me a $5 note and went home very well satisfied. Next day, continued the barber, there was some news. I heard that a man had died at 706 Pearl Street, and a little while before that a man in the next house had taken poison. People in one house sent for a doctor and those in the other sent for a barber. See, what was the mistake? That man had taken the poison to whom the barber shaved. He felt that this fellow has died and already he was alive. He had taken the poison, so for that he was unconscious. The funny part is that the doctor and I both made a mistake. Doctor went to dead person and the barber went to alive person. They both had done the mistake. The family doctor there was just getting ready to leave. Now this other doctor didn't waste any time. He got out of his stomach pump, stuck it into the dead man's throat and started pumping the poison out. All this time I was busy shaving the man who had taken poison in the other house. What was the mistake you came to know, children? That he had gone to the dead person, doctor had gone to the dead person and he started trying to pump the heart that the man is dead to make him breathe full. And the person who had taken the poison was barber had gone to that fellow. They both had exchanged. And look at the funniest part of it all this. After the other doctor had pumped all the family doctor's medicine out of the dead man, he opened his eyes, raised him up in a bed and asked for coffee. This made the family doctor mad. He got into a fight with the other doctor and both fell down the stairs. And how about your man who had taken poison? Asked the reporter. Him, said the barber. As he snatched off the cloth, he died, of course, but with one of the nicest shaves that ever a man had. As soon as the barber finished, the reporter made a rush for the door and fled away. Call again, shouted the barber at his back.